this is where it's going to make you tougher. We're like, you know, you can wake up in the morning of the Olympic final, not feel great, and what are you going to do, you know? So I was very pleased with not actually coming out and executing what I thought I was capable of, but really sticking my nose in it, and on a day where I didn't feel maybe as springy as maybe last week in the mile, really just kind of grinding it out.
Do you expect to lead that much? Is that
no, so honestly going into it, I don't know what was going to happen. I heard like Pat Casey was going to lead it leading up to this race, then I guess he had something going on with him, so then I knew Ben was going to be doubling, but I didn't know he was going to be pacing. I thought he just got after it, and just because Ben Blankenship's one of those guys that likes to grind the pace, I was like,
oh, you mean even after the race started, you didn't?
I had no idea. I didn't know he was pacing it.
Oh, wow.
And then even like we're doing strides before the race, and they're all like, yeah, I guess Lawi wants to start running 60s, and I was like, okay, well this is going to be ridiculously quick. So I was like, I don't know if Lawi's, because he wants 60s at one of his boys were going to lead it. I had no idea what was going on. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to get after it and just tuck in, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm in behind Ben, and I'm like, he's grinding, and then all of a sudden on the backstretch, he turns around and starts, I couldn't really hear him that well, but I thought it was more like, hey, come help me out. I'm out here trying. I'm like, dude, I'm absolutely spent. I was like, I'll come up to the lead, but I'm going to slow it down in my head. And then he starts going out to lane 2, 3, and I was like, shit, he was pacing this. So I knew at that point we had built a gap, so I was like, this is what's going to happen. I already knew it. These guys are going to reel me in. I suck at leading, and it just became one of those things where like I was trying to continue running the pace that Ben had set out, but obviously by yourself it's a lot harder to do. And I turned around, or glanced back with about 400 to 600 meters to go, and I saw them like maybe 10 meters behind me, and I was like, that's a lot closer than I thought they would be. I needed more like 50 meters. And so then sure enough, I think Hassan came up on me somewhere in the last lap, and like any other race, I was like, you gotta keep the pole position. You know, it happened last week in the JDL meet against Corey Leslie, Millrose Games last year with Nick, and then again with Hassan today. So I just kind of fought it, and then I glanced back again, and I think he was trying to come on my insides. I didn't know what was going on, but I think we were just like wanted to get that standard over, get a really good effort, and I don't know what his PR was, but I was happy to come away with a nice 6 second PR.
You needed the standard?
I did need the standard, yeah, which is under 750. The first 3K I ran here wasn't about the standard, it was just getting a good hard effort in. Obviously I'd like to have run under 750 that day, but I knew I was going to come back and run a more competitive 3K today.
What do you think of the track?
I like it a lot more as I race and work out on it. You know, we're fortunate enough to have this at our disposal, and like we were on here on Wednesday, Tuesday, working out here, and so pretty much for a lot of our main staple workouts where the weather might be a little crappier, we use this to allow us to get used to a 200-meter bank track and get some good quality workouts in.
And Ben was saying you're trying to get it to be the fastest track in the world. Is it fast?
I mean, like I said, you know, I've run on a lot of indoor tracks. I'm enjoying it a lot more as I get to race and work out on it more. In terms of the fastest in the world, you know, that's hard to say. You know, certainly has the potential to be. I mean, when you host the World Championships and you have all the World Championship quality competitive fields, I mean, it's going to come out with, you know, quality times, and obviously we're going to bring the best at each other. But I like the way it looks, and as I continue knocking down PRs, I'll continue to like it a little bit more.
It helps with the screen, right?
Exactly, it does. I mean, tell everyone else it's really grass, it's not a track. So these times are like more impressive. My 740 is like 725.
So you've got Millrose, anything else on the horizon?
That's it. I mean, I get the weekend off next week, which is going to be nice. And Millrose will be, it's usually like the highlight of my indoor season, minus obviously the World and US Championships. Just always a great field, always a nice homecoming going back to the East Coast. Family, friends always come up, and you know, they always do a great job of packing that facility first of all, and also bringing world-class quality fields. So last year Nick Wilson and I had a great duel, and I'm sure he's already sent out some tweets at me last week after my win saying I fired him up or motivated him for his second run of the day, and I don't want to continue to do that. So I better tone it down with my performances a little bit, or maybe the celebrations, and just let them go play with his kids and take the afternoon off. You know. Don't worry, Nick.
What race you running the Millrose now?
The mile.
Mile.
So I'll step back down.
Okay.
8 laps seems a lot nicer after 15 here.
So does that mean there's no chance you're going to run the 3K at US Indoors?
Oh yeah, there's a great chance. I haven't made that decision yet. I'm just going through with the schedule we put out, where I'll have 2 3Ks, 2 miles, and after Millrose we'll sit down and see what's best for me to medal at World Championships. What I'm more excited about, and you know, having it here, you know, obviously I want to give myself the best shot of getting a medal.
Panthers in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Were you too tired for the dab today?
No, just can't kill it, you know? I mean, I was in Carolina last week. Here it just wouldn't have made sense. I saw warming up, a lot of spectators doing it to me, and I was like, oh, brother. I was like, oh, no, what I do. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know it's been going on all football season, but when was there a time for us to showcase it, you know? So we'll have to mix it up. Think of a different celebration.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
Thank you.